What's going on, everybody? This is Steve Mitchell here, and welcome back to Fans of Train, episode 2. I'm at 2, but episode 60. Typically, 1 minute. Episode 64. I'm having a little bit of brain fart. Episode 64. And yeah, trains, and more trains. I got them crazy stuff to talk about today. Some ideals. So yeah, and Velda coming in the room. She's doing laundry right now.
Love you. Got some socks?
Oh yeah, you can
Get
have
all the socks, please.
You can have all socks. That's that Val right there. But yeah, you can also see my train poster in the background. Like we can. But I'll be on it. It is right now some crazy time to take. Let's see. Mine be good. I got them crazy stuff to talk about, and some stuff that just popped up that even more crazy, which it's up and interesting. And one of it coming from New Mexico. And the reason why I'm bringing up New Mexico because they are now talking about high-speed rail in New Mexico. Like, what are the odds? So, that is interesting. Pueblo to El Paso. Of all places, I have never thought about them thinking about that. But that would be perfect. I'm not going to lie. You got a sexy booty, Valley Boo. Like ding-a-ding, ring-a-ding, ring-a-ding, ding.
Like
that? Me and Val are just jogging butt chuck.
Talking about butts.
But what I am going to bring up to something that I did not brought up. I'll put the link to it in the live stream, but did good idea, you know? Like, more chance to talk about high-speed rail, the much higher chance of it actually happening.
Yeah.
And a good sign. But, yeah. And, yeah, I am a little sluggish right now, and that because it's a rainy day. It's been raining out there. Yep, it's an hour down. If y'all know what I mean. But yeah, let's see. But yeah. Hey man, you doing good?
Oh, there we go. All right, yeah, we're good.
Good. Hey, did you heard about that thing that was put about an hour ago in the Rail Club group?
No, let me look.
In a video talk about doing high speed rail in New Mexico.
Really?
Yep.
New Mexico or Mexico?
New Mexico.
Hi, Brightline.
They're not Brightline.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I did.
I'll look that up.
Hey, bud.
But I'm gonna bring it up. What do you think about that railroad in Mississippi?
It's not frequent enough. It's a cool looking railroad, but it's not frequent enough to be in like a train scene.
Hey, well, and what it come with a pack, you know, like a DLT's pack,
Huh?
a DLC pack.
DLC.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying though, it's just not frequent enough.
All right.
Like there's not enough trains running on it. That's like I'm surprised they did Cane Creek. That was weird because there's only a few trains that day, but there's a lot of services, so it backs it up.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
I'm very patiently waiting for the Acela to come out. I'm driving a German ice train on the Boston
I
Rail.
know. Hey, keep the live stream going because I gotta go to the restroom real quick.
And did you guys have fun?
All right, be right back. I gotta go take a.
Padong. Hey guys! It's me, Valley Poo! That is good old my Rose David! Hi! Okay, I'm not a rail fan Flex that guys, just that you know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just riding along with David, but I don't think that I hate trains, okay? Don't. Y'all might be thinking that Elba hates trains. Excuse me. We need that. We need that when we deliver the goods and we deliver people from city to city. Am I right?
Yes.
By the way, I'm Val. I'm David's wife.
Nice to meet you.
Huh?
Is it nice to meet you?
Nice to meet you, sir. Gort?
Yeah.
Are you?
That's not my actual name.
Hey, Gort. Gort. But
This is a cat. That's funny.
David.
It's on Urban Rescue Ranch on YouTube.
Huh?
Look up Urban Rescue Ranch on YouTube.
Oh, sure. Sorry, guys, to scare y'all because we don't want the live stream to be boring. Alright, guys, I'm no even though David is me and David train watch together. I am no expert about trains and locomotives. I mean, I just found trains aesthetically amazing.
Yeah, they're interesting.
And I'm roasting David on the first. Yeah, David told me, that he told me about trains. That trains is actually a need. And
What?
yes, about the title there, more trains and more trains because we are so infested with cars. Yes,
Summer doesn't like them.
am I right?
Yeah, I'm back.
And look who it is.
Yeah, but
Excuse me.
yeah, but crazy what we were talking about earlier.
Oh, David, we're talking about the beauty of trains.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Hey, Gort, do you want to say what me and Gort talking about? You and I talked about.
So Gord, what did you and Vel talk about while we're in the bathroom?
We talked about some trains, and then she asked me why my username was Gort, and I told her to look up Urban Rescue Ranch on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Excuse me, guys.
He just has capybaras. It's funny.
Capybara, they're one of the most chill animal out there. Good God, they're chill.
Let's take guinea pigs. I used to have guinea pigs, but they died.
Like literally, capybara are big behind chinchillas when you just think about it. Am I right?
Uh-huh.
I'd say they're more towards guinea pigs, but yeah, they're all rodents.
Mm-hmm. But that railroad is good for jumping. Heck, there's another railroad I didn't realize, the Susquehanna,
That would be nice. I would like that.
Oh my!
Again, not freaking enough. I would like them to do like the River Line for CSX, or like something around the like New England area for like CSX. That would be neat.
Like, I'll be honest, there are so many lines up in New England that they can use in Train Sim World. Heck,
Is it like borderline New England. You know, it'd be really cool if they did the Hudson River. So they did CSX on the west side and Amtrak and Metro North on the east side.
Oh God, that will be a big banger of a DLC right there. You know.
They'd probably charge like $70 for how big the route would be, but I'd still probably buy it.
Heck, hey, you know that little railroad in Buffalo, New York?
I do. I was there once. I saw some SW. I saw some switchers. I'm not sure if they were.
You know how it's safe? I'm not gonna lie. That would be a perfect into Z-scale train layout when you think about it.
Yeah.
The shape of it, like, oh my God, like that would be good at a good switching layout. You know, no doubt about it.
Mm.
Like. It's perfect. You got an interchange yard. You got a lot of customers. Am I right?
Yeah. No, that one's a lot bigger. I agree. That one could work.
But yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're doing another trade stream?
Yeah. Dude, we're on stream right now.
Say you're at 2 this week. Goddamn.
Dude, the live stream, the one a couple of days ago, that would both be on the weekend, but because
that was Tuesday, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That would both be on Friday, not Friday, but Sunday, but I had to delay it because a video upload would take it so damn long. It did not. I had a Route Fandom video I posted on Sunday night. The thing did not fully upload until 2 on Monday. Like, and it was only a almost 20-minute Route Fandom video, and it took that long to upload for a 20-minute video. For a 20-minute video, it took about all the way up until 2 in the morning to upload. You know what I mean?
I haven't posted on YouTube in a long time.
Hey, well, what we do, I caught some foreign power on my line, you know?
I haven't been seeing trains a lot lately. I was on the Hudson line a few days ago, but I didn't really catch anything special. Just same old M7s and P32s.
Hey, do you remember the Iowa Interstate?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not going to lie. That would have been perfect for Train Sim World in some of the area.
Mm-hmm.
Because they get a lot of trains on that, and that a Class 2 regional.
Yeah.
Like, heck.
What foreign routes would you like to see in the game?
For a foreign route, I would go to Australia.
Outback stuff?
Oh, yeah.
That's interesting. It's like American, but it's like a good combination of American and Australian stuff.
And British.
If you're on the east coast of Australia, it's just Australian stuff, which I also find pretty interesting. It's just like really weird American stuff. They have like double-sided like F units and stuff. But yeah, west in Australia, there's more like just base American stuff.
Hey, and there are 2 other countries, and they are in South America. Brazil, it created with dual gauge. Like, let's be honest. Having a dual gauge route, that would be freaking awesome, you know? And then we have Peru and Chile. Like, Peru and Chile got some unique stuff on them, you know what I mean?
I would like to see one of the Chilean electric routes. I think those are kind of cool.
Oh, yeah, they are. Heck, let's not forget about that one electric route that ended up in, rolling lines, you know?
I haven't played that game. I saw that. I didn't get it, though.
Dude, that is a route that no one have ever thought of until that game. Like, seriously. That is a unique route. Like, that would be fitting for Train Sim World. You know, something unique that have not been seen yet.
Yeah.
Am I right?
I agree.
Whew. But
I just really want to have a high-speed Japanese route because I love the E5 Shinkansen. I have a model of it, actually, in HO scale.
Oh, damn, that nice, dude.
The motors broke, though, so I don't know how to fix them. They're really weird.
I might know how, because I know how to take stuff apart and fix it, you know?
Yeah, no, I know, but they're, like, really weird. They're like the motor is on the axle. It's so weird.
Mm.
And then I don't know. I just have to get it fixed. But I have nothing for it to go with. Like my layouts, either I have German stuff or I have American or / Canadian stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There is one line in Canada I didn't remember that is so freaking unique. People would think it's fake.
What?
There is a line in Canada, I can't remember what area of Canada, that uses locomotive from Europe. It the DMUs, they don't use knuckle couplers, they actually use the buffers, the hook and buffer couplers,
Yeah.
It's a railroad in Canada. I can't remember the name of it.
Alright, sounds cool.
And it also does freight too,
Yeah.
And I didn't realize there's another one in Canada, and it's in Quebec.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that whole railroad system in Quebec that it cut off from the rest of the national rail system, that they have to get a barge up there?
Oh, is that the one the DIA runs RDCs on or whatever?
Yeah, dude. That would be good as a train sim route,
Mm-hmm. I haven't played the main test for one in a while.
Heck, they even got a little electric train that run up in the mine area at the end of the line,
It's cool.
Like, that would be crazy, heck, 9 times out of 10, that would probably be a good route. And that they do got a passenger train, they do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They actually do get mixed freight, they actually get iron ore, they get a lot of commodities, It's odd for a mining railroad, It mostly did mining and that it, but they get a lot of different freight up there too. Like, and then they have some barge from CP, from a port with CN and CP up to there that is unloaded. So having a rail barge, that would be interesting. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Heck, we have not seen something like that in Train Sim World yet,
No.
Speaking of,
I'm trying to think of what else they should add. Do some Swiss stuff. I want to see more Swiss stuff because they added the one commuter route, which is okay, and they added the narrow gauge, which I thought was really cool, but it takes forever to get up the mountain.
I know.
What's it called? I know the Arosa Chura. I think it's just the Arosa Chura line.
All right. Hey, M492 it passed in my house. Manifest. M492 at a freight train.
What?
M492 at a Manifest freight train.
Yeah, and also the M6 or Manifest.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on? Oh, I turned the power down. It's raining. This locomotive has a traction force selector, and you can I can't really describe it. It's weird.
Grady, this time I'm going to bring up from Train Sim World Classic. Like, Jesus, I'm not trying to make Train Sim World look bad, but there are a lot more with Train Classic than there is with Train Sim World.
Well, yeah, because Train Sim Classic has been around for a long time, and the routes are not nearly as detailed as the routes in Train Sim World.
I know, but that's a big hit when you did think about that,
Yeah, it's been around since the late 2000s, so they've had a lot of time to make routes. This came out in 2019. Or was it 18? It was 18.
It was 2017. 2017 that Train Sim World started up.
Oh, was it 18 for console?
Yeah, it was 18-19 for console.
Yeah, I got it. I got it September 2018 on my Xbox.
Like, I'll be honest, I was still in high school when the first Train Sim World game came out in 2017. Like, it came out a couple months before I graduated from my high school.
I think I just got into middle school when it came out. It could be wrong. Yeah.
Was I right for computer and all that?
Oh, yeah, here, let me look it up. When did train... hold on, at least fix the speed on my train. He's not going speed limit. Train Sim World Combat. Train Sim 2020 was July 24th, 2018.
I'm talking about like the one that came out on computers and like,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, July 2018.
Dang, it got delayed for a year because I remember seeing trailers. Heck, I even posted a trailer talking about Train Sim World before it even came out in 2017.
Wait, give me a sec.
Like, I get the hype and stuff, you know? They hyped the game a year before even
I'm back.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, my bad. No, yeah, I got it, like, I think it was late August 2018, because that's, like, my first achievement from it I got.
Oh, yeah, that right. It came out the week of my birthday, I remembered. I haven't remembered that. Game was delayed for a year. Like, it originally was supposed to Elite in 2017, but they delayed it for a year because of some stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, the game was really bugged when it first came out.
Mm-hmm. And they had to hold it for about a year, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But it gotten better since then, and it actually the first actual train game for game systems, you know? Before that, you would have to have a computer.
I got my Xbox in like 2014. Now I was like, "There's no train games." And one day I decided to go on Xbox store and just look up train game, and I saw that, and I was like, "What the hell?" And I got it. I played the Northeast Corridor route instantly.
I know, and that's funny how, if you remember, back before 2018, there were no train games for Xbox.
Yeah, no, it sucked. I had to go on like Roblox and play something.
Heck, all right, I'll be on. I remember going on Roblox all the time playing the goofy behind train games. Some of them were funny as hell, you know?
Yeah.
Didn't you have like some of the gun games in Roblox? Those were fun.
Mm-hmm.
Heck, I used to play Lumber Tycoon too. I'll be honest.
Oh my god, I used to play that game, and I think this Christmas, every Christmas, I get on just buy a bunch of gifts. I went and got gifts, and then I bought like $300,000 worth of gifts, and then my game crashed.
Oh, that a rip. Like, I'll be honest, Lumber Tycoon 2 is fun and relaxing. Like, let not forget, that game is chill to play. It's relaxing, you know?
Yeah, it just gets boring after a while because there's not too much to do.
But I'll be honest, have you ever heard about SnowRunner?
SnowRunner. I think so.
It off-roaded and mud spit.
Oh, it's not on Roblox. Yeah, I played MudRunner. I never played SnowRunner.
What about SnowRunner is the successor of MudRunner, and oh my god, I played both games, and I'll be honest, SnowRunner is an improvement over MudRunner.
I played MudRunner, and I really did not know what I was doing.
Dude, I got the funny story. When I used to play MudRunner, online, like, you know, on Xbox with our people. There was the 13-year-old guy that I used to play with on there. Their name Rick. And he sucked at driving. Like, every time I got a load of log, I heard him up. He said, "Up!" And I said, what happened? He said, nothing. You know? Hey,
cut out. I didn't hear anything you said after you said Rick.
All right. What I'm trying to say, and my friend, he was a bad driver in MudRunner. Every time I got a load of log and went heading to the lumber mill, every time I did, I heard him say, "Up!" And I said, what happened, Fred? And he said, nothing. And I asked, did he flip your vehicle? He said, yes. I had to go rescue the guy because he literally rolled the vehicle over where he couldn't even winch himself out, you know?
Yeah, I did that a lot.
Oh my god. I said, dude, note to self, don't let you drive. Am I right?
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, it was hilarious. Heck. But snowing are fun. It's just that I need to get a crew to where I can play online, you know? Heck, maybe one day if I can get everything set up, I will live stream SnowRunner on YouTube.
I'll play it if I get the game.
But yeah. Oh, and hey, you remember from a couple months ago when GTA 6 was leaked?
Yeah.
Good God, that was bad. Tell them I'm live streaming on YouTube and I can't.
Oh, David's live streaming.
Go in there and tell them. But yeah, sorry.
I love you guys.
But I'll be on about that was shocking. Like
Live streaming.
I could not believe that. You know,
Yeah, I'm doing it.
like you know, like
Yeah.
literally, like this thing I'll be on it about. Like it was shocking that it actually leaked and Rockstar was in damage control. You know, heck. I can't blame it. A lot of people were pissed, you know, and people were getting sick and tired. And I get the guy who hacked in and leaked everything. I get he had enough. It did it, you know. I'm not defending what he did was right, but let's be honest, it was bound to happen, you know, because people were getting sick and tired. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh.
And
what routes do you play on Train Simulator?
The only train simulator I actually had was Train with a Z2010 and Train with a Z06.
No, like Train Sim World.
I never did. I would like to,
Never
but
got it?
no.
So you just talked about it, you don't have it.
I talked about it because I do research and stuff. Plus, I bring up ideas. It's just that I really want to play it. I want to get a system that can handle it, you know?
Oh, alright, that makes sense. I was so confused. I was like, wait, you don't have it?
But
I was gonna ask if you play a safety system was on or not.
heck, I would love to try, but you know, I don't have Train Sim World. But I did have Train with a Z. I still have that game.
Yeah.
You know Train with a Z?
Yeah, I had it on my phone.
Dude,
It was on the same as on computer.
Dude, I had 2010. You know, I had Train Simulator. Oh my god, I am the breaker right now. All right, Train Z World 2010. You know, like, and the route that I always played was either the American routes in Michigan, like you know, the NS line, or I used to play the Saginaw sub. You know? Like the CXX Saginaw sub before it was bought out by the Great Lakes State Railroad, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. But yeah. Dude, oh my god. You know, there is one route, you know, to Sierra Pass?
Yeah.
That they need to try to do for Train Sim World, Sierra Pass. You know what I mean? The route is iconic, and like they already did one train classic route with you know, Soldier Summit, and actually a couple. Soldier Summit and also Cajon Pass. Am I right?
Oh, I'm actually gonna play Cajon Pass now. I forgot that.
You know what I mean? So I would not be surprised if they could, you know, do, you know, see the Sierra Pass, you know? Heck. a lot of people would buy the Sierra Pass, you know, because of how iconic it is, and also in an Amtrak route too, you know.
Which route is that?
Sierra Pass.
Yeah, I know. What Amtrak?
It's the Empire Builder. The
That
one.
would be cool.
Heck, that'd be nice because that'd be one step closer to getting everything set up to bring Amtrak into multiple routes, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that would be a 10 out of 10, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Oh, speaking of, you know the train derailment that happened in Ohio a week ago?
Yeah.
Norfolk started paying the town because of all the damages.
I gotta go have dinner, but I'll be back.
All right.
Bye.
All right. I'll try to see a bright line on. So, all right. Let's see. A bright line is busy. Mm-hmm. Val took over the live stream earlier because I had to take a dookie. But yeah. And I'm just gonna bring up, if y'all are wondering the reason why I'm doing a live stream early, it's because Val gotta be at work at 5 in the morning, and I gotta be at work at 7 in the morning. So that reason why we're doing the live stream early. If y'all know what I mean. But yeah. And also, for y'all who don't know, Val working on one of her rail fanning video of 2023. So like in videos that she got in 2022, but it'll be her first rail fan videos that she put up in a while. But it's good. But yeah. 1 minute, everyone. But I'll be honest, it's something I'm looking forward to, you know? 1 minute. I'm doing something real quick out of speed. We got tiny out payment coming up. Mm-hmm. Mm. All right. That's go. Mm-hmm. Sorry, everyone, to check the map and stuff. But yeah, Brightline one probably busy. I'm just gonna bring that up real quick. Also, our friend Lizzie is now down in Savannah. So if we're going to ever hang out with her again, we're going to have to get the right schedule. But that would take a bit. Hey Val, what phone did you shot that on, or camera? What camera did you shot that on? Was it the camcorder, or what phone?
That damn phone that you see in the middle.
Is it one?
Yes.
What type of phone is it again?
Samsung A01.
A01?
Yeah.
Huh. Dang, that means the quality on that ain't good. Meaning it's time for me to get... But yeah, Val doing her videos up. But yeah. Let's see what is going on Messenger. Not that much. But yeah. I noticed you've been working on a Filipino round. Let's see. Found it on a kid cartoon. But yeah. There are a ton of routes that I think would be good for Train Sim World. Being that, real quickly, I am going to play video talking about high-speed rail. I feel that they're talking about in New Mexico. Oh my god, my tablet is 4 years old. The tech we can count on now archaic.
On in. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all so much for tuning on in. Today, we're going to be talking about high-speed rail in the great state of New Mexico. Let's get going. So before we get too far into the weeds, I'm going to give you a brief outline of the video. It's going to be 4 sections. First section, I'm going to be talking about the impetus drive and why I'm making this video. The second part, I'll be talking about the current state of the art of rail transit in the state of New Mexico, throughout the United States, and throughout the world. Next, I'll be talking about what system would benefit New Mexico the most. There are various kinds of rail transit, and we'll hit on all of them and discuss the advantages and disadvantages. Then finally, I'll be talking about how to drive this system to fruition, and where do we go from here to make this a reality. Let's get going. So, why am I making this video? Well, first of all, I love trains. I've loved trains since I was 3 years old. I've never really gotten over that. I mean, I'll ride trains any chance I get. Trains are awesome for a lot of reasons. First of all, you don't have to drive, so you can devote your attention to reading a book or getting work done or looking out the window as opposed to worrying about driving or getting hit by other drivers, which segues into the second reason why trains are awesome. They're so much safer. Third reason, they're so much cleaner. There's less CO2 emissions per passenger mile when you're riding a train. Fourth reason, trains consume less energy per passenger mile. Believe it or not, we have a finite amount of oil and gas in this country. The sooner we can wean ourselves off it, the better. So the next reason for making this video is to raise awareness for what's going on in the round building in Santa Fe. Currently, a state representative by the name of Bill Souls has introduced 2 bills to talk about high-speed rail in New Mexico. The first bill would allow $500,000 for a feasibility study in building high-speed rail in New Mexico. The second bill would appropriate $1 billion to build rail from the southern border of New Mexico to the northern border. There aren't a lot of requirements, but we'll talk about that later on in the video. So what is our current situation as far as rail transit goes in the state of New Mexico? Well, we do have Amtrak that runs from Las Vegas through Albuquerque west all the way to LA. Additionally, a short section of Amtrak Sunset Limited runs through the southwestern portion of New Mexico. And it's Amtrak, and it's not Acela. Our other form of rail transit in this state is the Rail Runner, which functions as a commuter rail. The Rail Runner runs from Berlin all the way to Santa Fe. It does a great job as far as commuter rail. However, from a time standpoint, all those routes in New Mexico aren't terribly competitive with driving. Sure, they can compete, but they don't surpass driving as far as drive time goes. And while the Rail Runner may be relatively cheap, and it saves you money on parking, especially in Santa Fe, the price and schedule of Amtrak may be prohibitive to a lot of folks. Throughout the United States, high-speed rail and higher-speed rail is in various stages of development. In the Northeast, Amtrak's Acela corridor is the poster child for what rail could and should be throughout the rest of the United States. Seriously, along the Acela corridor, 2 to 3 trains run every single hour between DC and New York. It's both faster and cheaper than driving or flying. California is in the process of constructing high-speed rail, but they have been for the past 7 years, and they haven't got their initial operating segment up and running. Granted, they didn't even start construction until 2015, which was 7 years after the bill was proposed back in 2008. Personally, I would love to see California finish their high-speed rail, but I think they're overburdened with environmental impact reviews to the point where you can't really get anything done in that state. Kind of makes me sad, but it is what it is, and it's a lesson to be learned. Hopefully they'll have their initial operating segment up by 2029, but they really need to be serving the more populated areas rather than the Central Valley. Down in Florida, the private company Brightline is building higher speed rail. It's technically not high-speed rail, but it'll take you from Orlando International Airport all the way to Miami. Brightline's leg up on California high-speed rail is the fact that they're a private company and they have to turn a profit. While Brightline may not be sending their trains down the coast at 200 miles an hour like California high-speed rail plans to, at least they actually have tracks laid, and at least they're serving people, as opposed to just having an idea that may or may not come to fruition. Their advantage is because they don't have to build trains that go 200 miles an hour, 110, 120 is fast enough for them. It reduces the cost significantly and makes it so much easier to construct. It's something to keep in mind. While ideally you have a train go as fast as possible, you need to be pragmatic about how expensive something is going to be and if you can finish the project on time. After all, California high-speed rail is estimated to cost $100 billion for that 500-mile segment, which comes out to roughly $200 million per mile. On the flip side of that, the Brightline extension, which was 150 miles, was estimated to cost somewhere between $2.7 and $4 billion. Using an estimated figure of $3 billion, that comes in to roughly $20 million per mile, a factor of 10 less than that of California high-speed rail. On top of that, Brightline is actually running. In California, they've had more time to construct the rail, and yet they still don't have any trains running. In addition to those two, there's also UTA, which provides an excellent transportation option up and down the Wasatch Front. To scale down even further, there's also DART, BART, HART, and other metro systems that do an excellent job of transporting passengers within metropolitan areas. But I want to relegate the scope of this discussion to intercity rail, not necessarily commuter rail or metro systems. So in addition to those trains that exist in reality, there's also what I like to call the paper trains, the ideas that exist on paper. In a sense, California high-speed rail is a bit of a paper train because it doesn't serve customers and they don't have any stations built out yet. But a better example would be the Pacific Northwestern high-speed rail corridor from Vancouver through Seattle all the way to Portland, Oregon. It's a concept, but they haven't built anything out yet. In addition to that, there's Brightline West, which is planned to run from Las Vegas, Nevada to eastern Los Angeles. It's a concept, but no construction has begun yet.
Construction of that post begins this year.
Which I hope gets off the ground, but I don't think it will. There have been talks about building high-speed rail between Atlanta and Charlotte. Again, I hope it gets off the ground, but I don't think it will. So there's all these
The only the Charlotte one might
actually
actually get started.
And that's, you need to set goals that are realistic and achievable. The concepts that don't get off the ground don't get off the ground because of two reasons. First of all, there's not enough impetus driving it. There's not enough willpower, and there's not enough good management. Second reason is maybe the goal is a little bit unrealistic. It's better to do something that comes to fruition, like Brightline, than something that doesn't come to fruition, like California high-speed rail. The last paper train that I want to talk about is the Front Range Rail that's supposed to run from Pueblo, Colorado, up through Colorado Springs and Denver, all the way to Cheyenne, Wyoming. This is an interesting concept because perhaps it can be linked to the proposed New Mexico rail. Internationally, high-speed rail is a sight to see. I recommend you travel abroad and experience it for yourself if you live in the United States. If you don't live in the United States, I'm envious of the rail systems y'all have at your disposal. In 1962, Japan built the Shinkansen. In the Aughties, China built the Beijing-Shanghai high-speed rail and expanded its network to be massive. Over in Europe, the network is insane. It's absolutely beautiful how quickly you can go from town to town in Europe. Arabia has high-speed rail. Turkey has high-speed rail. All these places have high-speed rail. I am of the opinion that we in the United States have a duty to the subsequent generation to provide something like this, some big, massive infrastructure project. This is promoting the general welfare and securing the blessings of liberty for ourselves and our posterity. So, what are the benefits versus the drawbacks of each rail system? Maglev is the absolute fastest, but it's also the most expensive. There's the age-old trade-off of quality versus price. The higher quality system you have, the more expensive it's going to be. The next thing we want to consider is, if not maglev, how are we going to power this train? Are we going to use an overhead catenary and make this entire thing electric? Or are we going to use a diesel-electric locomotive engine? The overhead catenary is certainly more environmentally friendly, but that would involve electrifying miles and miles of track, which would involve building tracks solely devoted to carrying these trains. The next question we want to ask ourselves is, do we want to build track solely devoted to this higher or high-speed inner-city rail throughout the state of New Mexico? Maybe we do. Maybe we have the money for it.
All right. Be back. Join the car because not the Pioneer Zephyr one. I want that thing. Hey man, how was dinner? 1 minute.
Well, there we go.
How was your dinner, bud?
It was good. I had Chinese.
Dude, you know, I'm going to do Chinese for me and Val one of these days, you know?
Good.
Heck, do you know what I think that is better than Chinese? Filipino food.
Japanese?
No, Filipino. Dude, have you ever had Filipino food before?
Yeah. No, actually, have I? I Thai? Oh, maybe I haven't. Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Like, you should try it. It's pretty good, you know? You know? Speaking of that, Brightline and not...
Auto rank trade going up Code Pass. Or I'm going up to Victorville. I'm not going into Code Pass when it stops up there. I got 4 Jeevos on the front.
You know, I didn't realize there are so many routes that could be used in Train Sim World. Well, like, you remember when I was talking about that last week or like a couple of days ago?
No.
All right. There are a ton of routes in California that could be used in Train Sim World, you know?
Yeah, what's the one? What's the one? It goes in like a circle. Oh my god, I cannot. It starts with a T. I can't pronounce it.
The Tehachapi Loop.
Yeah.
That would be a good one, you know?
Yeah, that one's the beautiful like, mountain area.
Heck, Jane, the Tehachapi Loop, the route it on would be good.
Oh, you know what? Another good one? It's like a classic.
I know, and it was also owned by Southern Pacific when they was still around.
No, a different route. It's a classic from Train Sim Classic.
What route?
It was the Surfliner.
That would be a good route. You know, it might be a classic and a past one because in next probably 50 years, next 20 years, the original route that the Surfliner go on now might not exist. Do you know the reason why? Yep.
Well, I have an arguable thing with the Surfliner. I think north of Los Angeles looks much better than the south of Los Angeles section.
I know. Heck.
Because I was up there for spring break. It was so beautiful. It just followed the ocean. There was tons of bridges and stuff. It was awesome. There was like forests and stuff across through.
Also, it connects to that little tour railroad that go up to Roaring Camp, you know?
I think I saw that because we went like inland to some Mexican restaurant, and that was like the best Mexican food I've ever had. I saw the tracks, but there was nothing running. But it was inland.
Yeah, you know it connects to a narrow gauge tour railroad that is a national landmark.
Cool.
And the thing is that the standard gauge, we nearly lost it last year because someone would talk about turning that into a freaking bike trail.
Jesus.
And the thing is that they failed because people were successfully able to save the railroad. And I know the people were trying to get rid of it. People were trying to get rid of it because there was a proposed plan to do a little commuter rail line on there. You know?
Oh, is that the new one that opened up?
No, something else.
Oh, alright.
There was a proposed for a
new one that opened up because it's been open for a few months.
Wait,
the train is full. I had a full, like, 1.5 mile long auto wreck train with just 4 Gevos on the front. They're like the Gevos with only 4 axles power in the middle, 2 on each truck are just dead.
Oof. You know we get something like that on the SC line coming from Trenton to Columbia.
Well, yeah, because they're returning the car carriers back to the ports to get the cars.
Yeah, you know where I'm talking about. Because they go all the way up to Greenfield because that's where the car plant is. There's a car plant up in Greenfield, South Carolina that build cars, and Norfolk Southern pick up the Autorack trains up there fully loaded, and they take them down to Charleston, to the port here in Charleston, and they get loaded up onto ships bound to European and other countries.
That's cool.
And
I just have to use the bathroom. I'm sorry.
Dude, I know how you feel. I had to do that earlier in the live stream.
I'll be back in like 5 minutes.
All right, he'll be back in a few minutes, but while he be back, I'll get that video done. Come on. Did tablet old.
We don't. As an example for how much a system like this might cost, the estimate for California high-speed rail is $100 billion for roughly a 500-mile segment. So it's roughly $200 billion per mile. That might be a little bit expensive considering we only have $1 billion earmarked. On the flip side of that, you have the Orlando extension of Brightline, which costs anywhere between $2.7 and $4 billion. Using the low end as an estimate, that comes out to roughly $16 million per mile. Way cheaper than the California.
Let me try. I'll try to get Brightline on in bid because it looks like he's not online at the moment. I'm going to really get a new new tablet and a new phone. Y'all don't know what I mean.
Dollars per mile. way cheaper than the California estimate. While yes, some of the track was pre-constructed, the rail is rated to go up to possibly 125 miles an hour. Out of sheer fiscal conservatism, Brightline seems like the more attractive option to me. It's definitely competitive with driving, but it doesn't break the bank and the project actually gets done. I think New Mexico should model its high-speed rail more after Brightline than California. So where would we put the stops for this proposed New Mexico high-speed rail? I think the project should be built in phases. The first phase would start out serving the most populous areas of the state, in this case, Albuquerque and Las Cruces. However, because Las Cruces is so close to El Paso, the initial operating segment would start in El Paso, go to Las Cruces, and either to Alamogordo or Truth or Consequences, then to Socorro. Then from Socorro, we could stop maybe in Los Lunas, but then stop at Albuquerque for that initial segment. An added benefit here is you could get off the high-speed train and hop on the rail runner to Santa Fe if you wanted. With the two termini in Albuquerque and El Paso, you would connect the three largest universities in the state of New Mexico: UNM, New Mexico Tech, and New Mexico State. This would help expand the educational opportunities in New Mexico and allow for better transit in between the universities as well. So before any contracts get awarded for this rail, we would need to negotiate some requirements and have them set out. Currently, Bill Souls' bill only requires that the route stops at the southern border of New Mexico and also stops at the northern border of New Mexico. While it's a good start, I think we should have more specific requirements. The first requirement would necessitate that the ride from Albuquerque to Las Cruces could be done in under 3 hours with the stops included. That way it would be competitive with driving. Additionally, allocating only $1 billion to build the entire length of the state isn't nearly enough money. The second requirement should necessitate that this train is compatible with the one that's also being built or planned on the Front Range in Colorado and Wyoming, so that eventually those two trains can be linked and the trip from El Paso all the way to Cheyenne can be made in one seat. So after that first segment is built, then the question becomes, where should we build the second segment? Should we build it north along the Rio Grande Valley through Santa Fe, up through Espanola to Taos, and then all the way to Alamosa, and then go over to...
Well, the original route the Roadrunner in Santa Fe, you had to keep on going all the way to Colorado. So that could work.
Pueblo that way, or should we stop at Albuquerque, head east towards Klein's Corners, go up through Raton, then stop at Pueblo to link up with the Front Range Rail? Admittedly, the Amtrak already runs through Las Vegas, New Mexico, and up that way. It becomes a question of, should we build new rail to serve more customers, or should we utilize the track that Amtrak already has? The downside to the first option is it will be more expensive to lay new track. The downside to the second option is passenger rail doesn't always get priority, even though it's written into law that it should. Whichever way we go with this rail, there will be some mountains to traverse. However, I think it will be easier to go through Raton than it will be to serve Alamosa. That being said, going through Alamosa would serve more customers. Ultimately, having a system that would provide an excellent alternative to driving or flying would serve New Mexico taxpayers very well. And if the system was designed to be compatible with the Front Range Rail, it would serve not only New Mexico, but Colorado and Wyoming and Texas as well. So the next question we need to be asking ourselves is, how do we bring this to fruition? Well, the first step is to call your local representatives. Call your state representatives and your state senators and say, hey, vote for Bill Souls' bill. The next thing that you need to do is push for requirements that stipulate a maximum travel time between Albuquerque and Las Cruces, or Socorro and El Paso. That way, the rail is competitive with driving. I think this project can be constructed. We have plenty of money in the state to do so, given that so much money comes from oil and gas. And ultimately, it would serve New Mexico very well. I hope we can bring this to fruition. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next
You got a
video.
point. Good news about New Mexico is that back about 20 years ago, we did the same thing with commuter rail from Leonard City to Santa Fe with the Roadrunner. And that came to a solution. That was good. And thing is that same thing could happen here. So my point is that I think it's going to happen. Oof. He'll be back in a couple of minutes. Technically, it out would been over 5 minutes now. Mm. 1 minute. One minute. Heck. He's gonna be back from bathroom in a few minutes, so I'm keeping that on. But I think New Mexico have a good record with rail, so we might actually see that happen, you know? Because New Mexico with the Roadrunner and how it happened was great, so we could probably be seeing it happen with high-speed rail, because let's be honest, people there, I think, probably say, yeah, we might see it. So, yeah. Whew. Get a little so upset. I think I probably ate some bad earlier with the reason why. But, yeah. We will have to fight with the Class 1s on some areas, because let's be honest, Class 1 railroads are selfish little dingbats. They're a-holes, and that I'm going to bring up. So, yeah. Good. But it's crazy when you just think about it.
Oh my God!
That bell for you. Oh my God. It'll all be funny getting Val.
No. You were a bra.
Sasua, if you're wanting to, I'm going to belly tickle you. Have you met Joshua today? Hey Val, have you met Joshua today?
No, not yet.
Check up on him. See how he's doing. But yeah. Heck. Just waiting on him to join. One minute. I'll try it again. You done with the bathroom yet? Just waiting back. But Brian might have probably busy doing some family stuff, you know? Like, you're probably not online right now anyway. I guess he is. Never mind then. But yeah, some of our guy will probably join in. But yeah, never seen it. I'm hoping one of the days that the Demo, aka Demetria, will come back do live streaming, if you all know what I mean. Hopefully. Because if y'all know what I mean, that he's still a good YouTuber. If y'all know what I mean. I didn't realize it was moved down to. Hey Belle, I didn't realize it.
Ah!
Well, I didn't realize it. Now that Elizabeth down in Savannah, we might be able to go down there and stay a couple of nights with her.
Yeah.
And maybe get some Ralphing done. You know,
we got some train watching and dance. Train talking.
I know. Maybe me and you have a good 2 days off, or technically a good, Friday and Sunday off. Like if we get off in the afternoon, maybe we can, go down to Savannah and hang out with Liz.
Not sure. No promises.
Grandpa Loco. Oh my god. Alright, there's a funny video I would call Grand Fat Loco on YouTube and Facebook. Just imagine if Thomas the Tank Engine was a gangster. Oh my god. Too funny. So, yeah. Right. Let's see if you're back on. I'll be honest, I think Brightline not going to be getting on tonight. He might, but, probably after the live stream. But also, I got this boy right here. A little bit of a throwback. But I guess he probably, probably still in the bathroom. I cannot believe I got dragged into a group by a brony, and oh my god, I don't. One thing is, people who are bronies are awkward. If y'all know what I mean. You know what I mean? Oh wait, you don't know what one is though, am I right? I can't show the video on my channel or I'm going to get oop, but I can put the link in the chat. Like, I'm not even playing it. I'm not taking that chance. So, yeah. So, if people want to watch it, I will put the link down there for y'all. But I am not playing on it. It is pretty cool and funny. But, yeah. My tab. I gotta get a new tablet. Heck. I gotta get some new stuff anyway because everything is lagging up, if y'all know what I mean. Like, just thinking about it, that would make me laugh my butt off. I got some. And I'll put the link on it. You're talking about train after train. Being an Amtrak should be coming true in about 20 minutes or so. Oh, my undies. Sorry, everyone. I take out a freaking wedgie. But to put that in there, I don't know what. Eva, what size foot are you again?
Size 10.
Size 10 wide?
Yeah. Why?
Yeah, same with my feet. Me and Val. Oh. Here we go. Robert's still taking a dump on a dump, if you don't know what I mean. I want to see what. Oh. But yeah. It's crazy when you just think about it. Ooh. Look like Caltrans is not the only one that will be getting the new locomotive. Look like road system in Boston. Yep. Oop. We'll try it again. Ah, there we go. Gord, you had a bad bathroom experience? Oop. Hey, bud, you there? Let's wait until you respond back. Oop. Oop. Hey, I can hear you now.
Yeah, sorry, my phone was being weird.
Ah, dude, my tablet was just being weird too. Like, oh my god. That's up my tablet was doing. But I'll be honest. What do you think about some stuff that's been going on in the railroading world right now? You know what I mean?
As in?
Like, you know the rail system up there in Boston? The commuter system?
The MBTA?
Yeah. That what they're at with planning to buy.
They're buying Stadler EMUs, right?
Yep. Same one that Caltrans is going to be using.
That's nice.
And they now said that they're going to be electrifying their whole rail system.
I think they said they're busier lines, but I think they'll have dual mode locomotives for their non-electrified stuff.
Probably that, but a good step forward, am I right?
Yeah, I'm glad they finally decided to do something about it, especially since one of their lines is already fully electrified. Pretty much fully electrified, besides some like station settings.
Mm-hmm. But it's about time that it needed to happen, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like,
I had an idea that is the company that runs MBTA is owned by SNCF, the French railway. I said they should make a competitor to Acela between Providence and Boston. They should have they should buy the new Acelas and run them up between Providence and Boston, just direct.
That'll be really screwing with Amtrak right there if something like that happened, you know?
I mean, it would. I can't talk right now. It would, and that would give them motivation to make their services better.
Exactly. Heck, I take Brightline and give an Amtrak motivation to improve their services too. Am I right?
They need another train a day. I think they should run the Palmetto all the way down to Miami and put a sleeper car on it.
Heck, that I agree with.
Another train that goes all the way to Miami. They need more trains on that route.
Heck, yeah. And heck, they need to run more trains to and from Charleston, you know?
The only problems are the equipment shortages because they don't have enough cars. I was in Beach Grove the other day, and there's a bunch of Horizon cars and Superliners just sitting there rotting away.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them obviously in irreparable condition, but other ones are just kind of sitting there.
I know.
There were some of the Horizons from California there. There was the Midwest ones. There was even the Siemens cars there, the broken ones.
Mm.
You know Beach Groves, right?
Yeah, you're talking about the brand new Siemens cars.
Yeah, the Ventures.
Damn, those things are already breaking?
Yeah, they had a whole line of them there.
Ugh, that's not a good sign, man. I'm not going to lie.
That's why I'm saying. That's why I think the whole thing's stupid because they're making the permanent. They're semi-permanently coupled train sets, and they can't expand them. It's really stupid. I mean, they can expand them, but it's a lot more hassle than just coupling a few cars to each other and putting a locomotive on the front.
I know. Hopefully we get better trains in the next 15 years from now if we're still around, you know?
Yeah, Siemens really needs to build a second factory, though, because by the time some of those trains get delivered, they're going to be obsolete. There's going to be new trains. Or maybe they'll just change the order to the newer trains.
Heck, they need to build another factory.
Years from now, that's a long time considering the Ventures and the Chargers have been out for what? Chargers entered service, 2018?
2014. 2014.
Yeah, the Siemens cars were 2018, right?
Right.
Yeah, so they're already almost a decade old. The locomotive design.
I know. And saying is that Siemens, they need to build another plant. Like, they only got one in California.
Somewhere in the Northeast, they need to build one.
Northeast, probably, you know. Heck, their competitor, Alson, have multiple stops in the U.S., you know?
Well, yeah, because they bought Bombardier's rail division, so they have all of Bombardier's old shops to work with.
I know, and that tech would give them the leg up. Heck, Amtrak is to, you know, say F, you know, Siemens, and to, you know, to go with, you know, Alson, you know, instead.
I think Amtrak might go with Alstom for the new long-distance trains, like the new long-distance cars.
More than likely they might, because Alson build way faster than Siemens does. Don't get me wrong.
They don't have many orders. The only thing they're building right now is as a Evelia.
I know,
which is good, which means that those will get pumped out of the factory fast, unlike, you know, Amtrak getting a Siemens set, and then Brightline getting one, and then VIA getting one. That's really annoying.
You know they already got 8 of the sets already ready, and they're already in.
Brightline?
No, for Amtrak.
No, only one. What?
I'm talking about the Avail of Liberty.
Oh yeah. There's already 6, I think.
No, they're 8. They're 8 now.
There's 8. I missed like the past 3 deliveries. They come past me when they go to New York City.
I know.
When they get delivered, I guess I've missed like all of them. In the summer, I'll probably get a few more because I'll have my license and it'll be lighter out later in the day, so I'll get better pictures or whatever.
Dude, I'll be honest. I do think.
Hopefully, I can get one of those coming up because that's cool. It's neat to see the Avelia getting towed by like 2 P40s.
Mm-hmm. This is what I'm going to think. I think by the end of the year, they'll have all the trains up and running. You know what I mean?
You cut out. I didn't hear anything.
I'm sorry. I'm just going to bring it up. I do think they're going to have all the trains up and running by end of the year. You know what? All the new Avail of Liberties.
I don't think they're going to have all 28 done because they wanted to get them ready in sets of 14. They want to do 14 and then retire the first old Acellas and then bring the next 14 and then retire the old Acellas.
Dude, I'll be honest. I think some of them are going to go to museum because of how historical they are.
Yeah, no, I think one's definitely going to go to Illinois Railway Museum and one's probably going to go to the Pennsylvania Railway Museum.
Not to that, I think we're going to go to the Smithsonian Museum too.
Oh yeah, that's true because it's like really an icon in American history. So yeah, that's possible. One goes to like a non-train museum.
I know, and
or at least like a powered car or something.
To be honest, I think this is what I'm going to be honest about. I do think Brightline locomotives are eventually going to end up in there too, because one of them are historic for the landmark it did for the U.S. when Brightline started up running it a couple of years ago. So that might make a landmark too, you know. But it did crazy. Now, who knows? I think in California high-speed rail, if ballsy enough, they might buy two of the Acellas, you know, and to say F it, run those to keep, you know, everybody occupied.
I got that because you saw Siemens I wouldn't say unveiled, but they announced they're making a high-speed train for American rails.
I know, and that'll be a good sign. I think Brightline and, you know, Texas are going to be virtue by them, and then I think Amtrak are probably going to try to buy more of those. Then,
no, I feel like Siemens is probably pissed off Amtrak enough.
Oh yeah, I would have to agree with that. I think Siemens is done so for Amtrak after this, you know.
Yeah, I mean, again, the Venture, like the European version of the Ventures, they came out with sleeping cars for those. So I really don't know what they're gonna do.
To be honest, I think Siemens is right now in damage control. You know, like the only two people that will probably keep on buying them is Brightline and California High Speed Rail.
Yeah.
Heck, and also Via. Let's not forget about Via. Via is it now starting to buy their sets, you know?
Well, Via's looking for new not high-speed equipment, sleeper train equipment like Amtrak is. Because they have even older stuff.
I know. I'm surprised that Via did not went under yet because of all of that, you know?
Well, no, the equipment's extremely reliable, so that's why I think they're holding on to it.
I know. My team is that Amtrak made the mistake of getting rid of extremely reliable equipment when it replaced it with stuff that they have not fully tested yet.
Well, I haven't replaced anything yet. They're so scarce on equipment. They haven't even retired. They retired a few AM fleets, but they were just sitting in yards right away. So they sold those.
I think
active ones still in service on top of the Siemens stuff because they're so short on cars.
But I think I know the reason why Amtrak is doing it, because let's be honest, they're trying to improve their, you know, looks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can't blame Amtrak. They're trying to improve themselves.
That's true.
But who knows? They might just say F it and stick with Siemens, but, you know, after the adventure coaches and, you know, the new locomotives, let's be honest, the new locomotive, they might fix the problems, or they might, you know, try to find something else to replace those. You know what I mean?
I just think the problem is the intake system. That's their biggest issue.
Yeah. That intake thing, I'll be honest, intake don't do good in cold. You know what I mean?
No. They should partially close them off when it's cold out, because it's not as much of a need for cooling since it's colder outside.
I know. Heck, I have a feeling Amtrak might...
Sorry.
I have a feeling Amtrak might fix that after a couple of runs. Heck, they're already tenting one down in the Gulf Coast on the new extension down there.
Oh, they have the ALC 42s on that?
Oh, yeah. There are videos surfing around on Facebook of one running down there on the new expansion, you know?
That's cool. I really hope they bring the full Sunset Limited back all the way to Florida.
I think they might, you know?
Because my dad did it when it was still running all the way to Orlando before the incident happened.
I know, and Jane is that you could blame Katrina on that too, you know?
No, it was the bridge. I watched I used to watch a bunch of videos on it. It was the bridge, because the bridge was technically in 3 different pieces, and they weren't. The only thing holding 2 of the sections together was the rail itself.
I know, but they kept on running trains up until 2006. or technically not 2006, 2005.
Well, yeah, but they're just running them at like 5 miles an hour or whatever, like very restricted speed.
Mm-hmm. But I do think once they get that done, you'll be able to ride a train from South Carolina to Los Angeles again, just by 2 trains again, you know?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I think we might see that happen in a couple of years again with I'm begging for it again. And you know what I mean? Like, heck, if you're going to take a train, you would have to take 4 to 5 trains to get to California from here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let me think. You're there. You'd have to take someone to Washington, D.C.
No, I would have to take a train up to North Carolina, then take a train from North Carolina down to Louisiana, and then get on.
Well, yeah, that's what I meant. You would either get on there, Washington, D.C. You take City of New Orleans down to New Orleans, and
they call it the Crescent. The Crescent.
Crescent.
I would have to get on PO90.
3 trains, and one of those trains only runs 3 times a week.
I know. Problem is that we used to run trains more often, and we kind of shot ourselves in the foot that way, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And problem is that we got to stop treating trains like they're just a little, stupid thing from the past.
Yeah.
Because the thing that it caused the downfall of, treating trains like secondhand and putting everything out on cars and planes. And look, I'm not trying to be crazy, but reason why our country is so much in trouble right now and struggling is because we want to build for freaking planes and cars, you know?
Well, just the supply chain in general.
I know, and then, let's be honest, everybody complains about, the traffic with car. Hey, if you want to solve the problem...
People don't know enough about trains to, see their value. I was talking to my friend the other day, and he thought all trains were powered by coal, and you would, shovel the coal into it to make it go. And I'm like, really?
And that's...
People just know, no one knows enough about it to, see it as, oh, this could work, this could be cool. And all they just know it is something from the past, 1800s or whatever.
And seeing is that everybody, we used to know a lot about trains. Hell, we used to build damn great train infrastructure. Do you know what happened? We forgot how to build it,
Yeah.
Even Demetrius said that. He said that we are far behind from the world. Heck, even my wife, home country, the Philippines, had planned to build high-speed rail.
Yeah, but they're doing it in China, and it's what I've seen in Africa. China likes to, do that for people. Then, oh, you owe us a crap ton of money now. We built your trains. And then that's what the country goes into debt.
And saying is, once they do that, they make it an excuse where they can build military bases in those countries, Saying is, if they don't want to pay off the debt, what they do is they make a deal saying, okay, you can have a military base in our country, Hey, Gord, you there? Oh, he muted. Let's just wait a minute. But, yeah. 1 minute. Probably him, Mom talked to him. Hey, Phil, can I have some? Oh. He on mute, but yeah, I'm just bringing up Vel Country. They're planning to build high-speed rail. Even Georgeville Country, there are 2 countries in Africa that have high-speed rail. So that a yikes that we're far behind. Even Mexico is now talking about doing high-speed rail. And most people don't realize that.
Sorry, Elon Musk talking to me.
Oh, that all right. But
yeah, I heard you. Yeah, Morocco has high-speed rail. I really want to go there.
I know, and that saying it that there are third world countries that has high-speed rail.
Well, I would say Morocco's is third world, and I think the only other. No, I don't think there's any other high-speed lines in Africa. There's one in Saudi Arabia.
Mm-hmm.
Again, those are usually like second world.
I know.
Yeah, I agree. We should like. We're trying. I wouldn't say we're trying, but we're not trying nearly our hardest. I can tell you that.
And Jane, is it that in mostly the car company and the oil company, they know if people start realizing that.
Yeah, the entire point of Elon Musk's Hyperloop was just shut down California high-speed rail.
Mm-hmm. Hyperloop. Wait a minute. I'm eating a chip, so. Elon Musk admitted that Hyperloop was supposed to make high-speed rail look bad. You know?
Yeah.
He said high-speed rail, he was going to try to make high-speed rail look bad. I don't know what a more supervillain like, but that up there was supervillain like right there. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Like literally that dirty, you know, making high-speed rail look like it's bad.
Yeah, because he just wanted people to buy Teslas and drive them on the highway.
Exactly.
Oh.
Jane, is that people don't realize that electric cars are just as bad as gas-powered car, you know?
Yeah, they're in the long term they're worse.
Like even Alan Fisher did a video talking about it. Do you remember Alan Fisher video?
Yeah.
On why electric cars suck?
Yeah, because in the long term you could just break down like gas cars and you could melt down the metal, you could get rid of that. Electric cars, you can't get rid of lithium, you can't just melt it down or destroy it. It's not how that works.
No. The thing is that there will be chemicals, you know?
Yeah.
Like fell me to it. But my thing is that Elon Musk, he could be branded as supervillain with how he was trying to do that, you know, because that is supervillain mindset right there. Am I right?
Yeah.
Like literally, he literally admitted that Hyperloop was supposed to make transit look bad.
Well, yeah, because he's trying to say, oh yeah, this goes faster than the train or whatever he's talking about.
And he did it on purpose, you know? He knew Hyperloop was not going to work.
It can work, it's just insanely expensive.
But
that's why even Japan's getting risky with the maglev, because the Hyperloop's just like maglev with extra steps.
True. But here, Dane, if you're in a Hyperloop, good God, if that thing fell or something go wrong in that, you're dead. There's no way you're surviving that.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say that, but you can't get out of it necessarily.
Exactly.
It'd be super easy to vandalize. You could just like shoot a gun at it, and it would burn. It would burst the tube.
And it would cause imploding. You know, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Just imagine a tanker trailer getting sucked in. That would be an awful way to die.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right?
Yeah.
But I never did even like Elon Musk. Even though he autistic like me and my wife, I never did like him, you know? Because guy did felt like, you know, there was something wrong with this guy, you know, saying that he had a bad bone in him. And when moment that I heard the real reason why Hyperloop was done, that confirmed my, you know, fears, you know? It confirmed my gut feelings. Like, I never did trust Elon Musk, you know? And when that finally came out, I said, yep, I'm glad I followed my gut on this. You know?
Yeah.
Like, literally, that is a beyond supervillain. That is an evil to trying to make you something out of way to make everything else look bad, just so they can keep on buying your stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And, like, do you remember Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
No.
You never watched Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
No, I didn't.
All right. And they're jumping in Roger Rabbit that it actually so true. Most people don't even believe it, but it actually true. Even Dimitri has talked about this, you know? Toward the end of the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit, the villain actually admitted that he bought up all the streetcar system and was going to tear them up and make it where people would have to buy his cars just to drive everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And to think about what GM, Ford, Chrysler, and Standard Oil and Michelin did. They bought up all the streetcar system and rail transit and replaced that with buses, you know? It was called the GM streetcar scandal.
Yep.
Most people don't realize about that. And it was real, you know? They're proof that it was real. And everybody that wanted to turn the other way, they know it's a hoax, it's a theory, you know? Like, it really did happen, and people don't want to see it, the truth for what it really is. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. It's crazy when you just think about it. You know what I mean, Brett? But, yeah. Oh, speaking of that, I think Brightline is busy right now, you know?
Alright.
Because it's not showing that he online. I tried calling him earlier, you know?
Yeah.
But, yeah. And here, Shane, if you remember back in the 90s, even Dimitri talked about that the oil company, they, you know, stopped, you know, high-speed rail from happening in Texas, and they did it again, you know? And the thing is that the people who are running Texas, they got to go like old yellow. You know what I mean? You know what I mean right there, man?
Yeah. I just wish they didn't have such an influence on the government.
Hey, well, eventually it might start turning against them. Hopefully, you know?
Hmm?
Hopefully it starts turning against them, because I would not mind that, you know, stuff going wrong for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I would love to watch their downfall, you know? I would be fine with it, because they deserve what is coming to them anyway. You know what I mean? Right there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, April, man, I'm going to bring up. You remember when we would talk about what American route do you think going to come after, you know, after they get done with the Northeast Corridor? What route do you really think going to come next?
You cut out.
I would go at what route, American routes, do you going to think will come next after they get done with the Acela routes? You know?
I'm hoping either Metra or Brightline.
Brightline is still under construction, so that might take another couple of years before everything is ready for that. You know?
No, I meant like the West Palm Miami part.
Heck, that would be good, because also, if you did think about it, you got the Florida East Coast, you know, so that would be a bonus. You would have freight and passenger.
They use the same engines as the BNSF route.
Yeah, and also the locomotives are unique because of what they run on, you know?
Well, Ferromex uses it too.
True. But Ferromex does that down in Mexico, you know?
Yeah.
So it would be cool, you know?
Hmm.
But I do think one good route that they would probably do is the Sierra Pass, you know?
That would be neat.
Heck, maybe a Donner Pass, you know?
Yeah.
Like, Donner Pass, I would not mind having that as a good route, you know what I'm saying?
No. That would be... that's, BNSF, right?
Like, literally, we have a train to climb up the mountainous grade on that route, you know? You also got Amtrak on it, too.
And the Empire Builder.
Bingo. Like, literally. Heck, there are even some regional railroads that they could do. Like, there are a couple in California.
They don't want to deal with licensing rights.
True.
I think that's their biggest issue. That's why they don't have a lot of French stuff, is because the French are terrible with licensing stuff, licensing agreements.
Mm-hmm. Heck, well, American railroads would be more open to it anyway, you know?
Yeah.
To be honest, I do think there are going to be a whole bunch more American routes coming out for Train Sim World, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Heck, there's a railroad up in Michigan on the peninsula that would probably be good, you know?
Yeah.
There's a railroad up there, and literally, this railroad is a short line railroad, and a friend of mine who lives up there, rail fans it. And it's the last freight railroad in the U.S. that still uses a F7 locomotive.
It's cool.
So that would be unique for what it is for the modern era, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So that would be a keeper of a route. Then you got the one railroad in, you know, not Wisconsin, but the other state that have iron ore, you know, on the Great Lakes. Heck, they did original route on the and it was iron ore railroad, you know?
Oh, Minnesota.
Yeah. You know, the iron ore area of Minnesota, right there off the Great Lakes?
Yeah, it's in Duluth, right? No, not Duluth.
It's above Duluth. It's above Duluth. Like,
yeah, no, I went there. They had SD. I think they had SD-70s.
Yeah, SD-70, and that would be a good. And the U-boats.
I didn't see those. I saw Minnesota commercial U-boats.
Like, heck, I'm not gonna lie, that would be a good route for Train Sim World because you'd be hauling iron ore from the mine to the ore docks.
That would be good, but they only run at most 2 trains a day.
But you also got to interchange with CN, which.
No. There's this one. It literally went from the mine to the Great Lake. It didn't interchange with anything. It was completely isolated.
I know, but there is a one that I'm talking about does interchange it with the outside rail network. You know.
Yeah.
Heck, I would not mind seeing a Minnesota route. You know, like seriously, Minnesota would have a ton of good area. Heck, even to Wisconsin, you know?
Yeah.
You know Wisconsin Southern Railway?
No, I haven't.
The Wisconsin Southern is a Class 2 regional, and they're talking about upgrading it to a Class 1 at rate it's going.
That's cool.
So...
if they merge with all the other Class 2s around, like Minnesota Commercial's a Class 3. If they merged all those, yeah, they could probably be a Class 1.
Heck, they're the locomotive with the red and white paint scheme, you know?
Yeah, Minnesota Commercial.
It's not called the Minnesota.
Oh, yeah, my bad. I'm sorry. I remember the red U-boats.
Mm-hmm. You know what railroad I'm talking about now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was confused.
It did crazy when you did think about it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
But it did crazy when you did think about stuff. Now, there is another railroad that I would die to see. You know what I mean?
What railroad is it?
The Redington and Northern. You know the Redington and Northern in Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
That would be amazing, you know?
I wish they'd do the Keystone Corridor. I know it's very similar to the Northeast Corridor, but I love that route. It just goes through Amish farm country.
Heck, if they do the Keystone Corridor, they're going to have to add the Strasburg because, you know, the bonus with that is the Strasburg Railroad.
Yeah.
That would make that a top-notch route to buy. Plus, you got freight and Amtrak on it, you know?
Yeah, you got high-speed Amtrak service, low-speed freight and locals. It's a very good combination.
Plus, you got a tourist operation, too, you know?
Yeah.
And trust me, even though the tracks on that tourist railroad are about 20 to 25 mile per hour, you'll have people that say, "Shut up and take my money," you know? Because of what it is.
I'm sorry, I got a little play more thunder. I shot a missile at this guy. My teammate took my kill.
Oh, dude, I need to get War Thunder. Like, I'll be honest, I would play War Thunder in a heartbeat.
It's just such a he took my kill again.
Are you playing on Xbox or on PC?
Xbox. I've been wanting to get a PC, but they're so expensive.
Dude, what Xbox are you playing? Xbox One?
Xbox Series X.
My brother got one about a week ago.
You should get trading sim on it if he lets you play it. It runs pretty good.
Dude, I am planning to get myself an Xbox Series X, and I'm going to try that down the line. Not right now, but down the line.
I would game share with you because I have every trading sim add-on besides some British stuff.
Dude, all I care about is the American stuff, you know?
I have every single American add-on besides the Caltrain and P15.
Mm-hmm. You know, I heard if you get the P15, you can actually use it on so many freaking routes. Heck, and if you get paint schemes on it, you can actually use it on the NS route, on CXX, all of them.
I had the SW1 on the OG one, but that was the Amtrak one that got removed.
I know. I cannot believe they removed that one.
Yeah, I looked into it. It was just because they built the route with like a weird coding, like different than all the other routes. So it would be very hard to transfer over. I just didn't feel like doing it.
I know. Now, say it is with that. Heck, the SW15 would do great on, you know, the Oakville sub. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Heck,
you should try some German routes though if you get into them. German trains are very fun to drive.
dude, I would probably, because my grandma is German, you know? I have part German in me, so I might.
Yeah. I don't find British trains very enjoyable, although I like the South HS1 route. I like that one, and I like the Great Western Express. I like those.
Heck, you know, one thing I am thinking about, you know, if they do add it one route, and it here in South Carolina, it a railroad, it a Class 2 regional called Lancaster and Chester.
That would be cool. I think just realistically, though, for rats, I don't think they're going to add anything but Class 1s or very big Class 2s like FEC.
Heck, the only other... Heck, the Lancaster and Chester is a big regional railroad in the upstate here in South Carolina. Heck, it go by a freaking gold mine in the upstate. And yet they do mine gold here in South Carolina. I am bringing that up. They're actually a gold mine called Hell's Gold Mine up in the upstate in Lancaster County.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy, ain't it?
Yeah.
You know?
I know they do that there. New York, they don't have much mining stuff anymore. There's some coal stuff, but it's more in Pennsylvania.
To be honest, I think they're all the mining up there in New York State. I think it's about gone. You know, not even probably going to be gone by in like 10 years.
Oh, there's a quarry near me, but that's not like any like minerals. It's just for like asphalt and stuff.
I know. To be honest, I think.
Oh wait, they have a rail. I'm so stupid. CSX stops there. They have hot bird parties. I literally forgot about that. It's right near me.
Heck, what about the Mass Central up there in Massachusetts? That would be good.
I would like to see the B&A more. I love that route.
And I did thought of another one. You know the Mass Central? You know that one with that weird locomotive on it?
No.
I'm
trying to think. I don't think I remember.
One that with the blue and white and yellow paint scheme.
Oh, I'm a no-brainer route. Literally no-brainer. New Haven to Springfield, Massachusetts.
That would be a good route.
It's Providence and Worcester, I think. And they have commuter, they have Amtrak, and most of it's 110 miles an hour.
I know, and also they get freight on it too. That cool too, you know? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Being that, I hear a train coming again. And an Amtrak. PO89 is passing.
89?
Yeah.
Oh, Palmetto.
Yep, the Palmetto tip past my house.
Oh, the southbound one.
Yep.
I was thinking of the northbound one. I was like, oh my god, how late is that running?
Technically, he is about 20 to 30 minutes late right now. He about a 25 to 30 minutes late.
Yeah.
And not good, you know?
No, but it's not terrible for Amtrak.
True. Now he had come about 5 hours late before.
Yeah.
That actually have happened, you know?
I believe it.
Heck, there was a time that he was almost a day late because of a train derailment in the upstate, you know?
I was on the Canadian ones. We were a day and 14 hours late in the Vancouver.
You can blame that on the freight railroad, you know?
Yeah, no, it was exactly that. There was a derailment, then there was a broken track, then there was something else happening.
God damn.
We had like 3 different crews that timed out.
That did some bad luck right there. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like, no kidding. That did some dog crap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, ugh. Like, that one...
Oh, and then one time I was on the Southwest Chief and it was snowing really bad in, like, Illinois, and the train got stuck in the snow.
Alright. Like, you know, when I was talking about the Susquehanna, you know, earlier, the New York and Susquehanna and Western, that would be a good train sim route, you know?
Yeah, because it's parks. Yeah, that would be interesting.
Heck, I would not mind it. Then, you know where the New England Central is?
Yeah.
One of their routes would be good, you know? The New England Central. You know what I mean?
Where they run like, exactly from to, like what towns?
Well, they're up in Massachusetts, you know?
Yeah.
My thing is with them is that they interchange with another railroad, you know what I mean? Like, it's something I was thinking about, but, you know. I can't remember the name of it, but you know the Mass Central, you know?
Yeah.
It interchanges with them, you know?
And they interchange at CS6, right?
Yes.
Alright.
In that big one area where the Vermonter goes through, you know?
I'm going on that train at the end of the month.
Dude, lucky.
I've never been on it before. That's one of the last Amtrak trains I have to do. After this, some Illinois trains in the San Joaquin, and I would be on every Amtrak train.
Dude, I have never rode an Amtrak train before, but I have been on... Yeah, I have never rode an Amtrak train before.
You should totally do I'm trying to think. Auto train? Oh my god, you're...
Dude, the auto train go right by my house.
Yeah, well, you're like right in the middle of it, actually. I wouldn't know if it'd be that good.
Nah. You know what I was talking about? Here another one, the Indiana Central, you know? Or not the Indiana Central, the Indiana Railroad. That would be another good one, you know?
That'd be cool.
Heck, I'm not gonna lie, I would not mind seeing that, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
I would love a bunch of more U.S. routes, but I just think they need some like other stuff again, Australian, South American, Asian, something else. Like I just want
even Central America, like Central America have them nice route too, you know?
Oh yeah, the Panama Railway.
That would be good. Then you also got, you know, a lot of narrow gauge railroad in Central America. You know what crazy?
What?
You know what crazy? You've been able to take a train from the U.S. all the way down to Central America. Now you can't.
Yeah, because of the
All that BS bullcrap and, you know, all the lies and stuff, you know?
what?
With the corruption and stuff that are going on down there, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, Mexico.
Not Mexico, the country below Mexico. Ecuador.
Alright.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Heck,
Most of those have corrupt governments.
heck, most people don't realize it, but you've been able to take a train all the way down to Central America. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that all ended around the freaking 80s, you know?
Yeah.
Because of lies and corruption and all that BS. You know? Am I right?
Yeah.
1 minute. Let me check on the railroad I'm thinking about. Mass Central Railroad.
According to Wikipedia, the Central Massachusetts Railroad was a railroad in Massachusetts.
All right. Yeah, the Massachusetts Central Railroad one I'm actually talking about.
Okay.
You know, one with the blue, black, and white locomotives?
No.
Dude, oh my God, you're really missing out. This is a nice railroad. Heck, it got a unique switcher on it that you don't find on any other railroad because of how rare it is.
What's it called?
I can't remember the name of it, but it was used for passenger switching back in the 60s. And they did a remarkable engine video about it on Pensy Fan YouTube channel. But let me bring up the locomotive when I find it. I'm actually going on Google right now where I can find a photo to send to you, you know? 1 minute. Check it. Of course, Discord crashed. It's ain't getting too old.
Sorry, David.
My freaking Discord crashed.
I'm gonna spray something over so they smell musty.
Alright, come on, work. Dude.
David, you gotta smell like a plum.
Hey, sorry about that, bud. Discord crashed. You know? Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm back. Discord crashed on me.
Alright.
That's what happened. I did not hung up on you. Discord just crashed.
I was trying to say, imagine New Mexico was the first state to have actual high-speed rail.
Heck, I hate Dave. I might have an odd feeling, but I think New Mexico might be, you know? Because let's be honest, when it came for them doing their commuter rail, they were head on it for approving the build about it, you know?
Yeah.
So it might.
Great Lake West might happen first, but they haven't started building yet.
I know. Thing is that I think New Mexico might have the gut to pull it off first, you know?
Possible.
Because to be honest, thing is with the mess. Thing is that they would be the first one to pull it off, you know? Because let's be honest, when it comes to stuff like that, yeah, I'm still here.
So weird right now.
I know. I'm still here, bro. I'm still here, man. You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
But I'll be honest, I think New Mexico will probably be the first state because let's be honest, when they did a bill back in the early 2000s to do commuter rail from one of their main city to Santa Fe, it was voted with a unanimous vote. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm just hoping they can maintain that.
And by '08, they had a commuter line running from their main city. I got about what was their main city called again? That in middle state?
Oh, wait, that's Arizona. I'm stupid.
Kansas?
Not
Albuquerque.
Albuquerque to Santa Fe with the
Yeah,
Road
that's
Runner.
Rail Runner, right?
Yeah, Rail Runner.
Yeah, I was there. I was on the Southwest Chief earlier this year.
To be honest, this is what I'm going to be honest about New Mexico got their head out of their ass when it came to that, and they did what were right. Heck, I would not be surprised if they do it again. But this time with high speed rail. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be neat.
Hey,
That missile just missed me by like an inch.
and saying that would be a big blow for for our state because that would be telling, hey, New Mexico got there first, and that's saying a lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like seriously, like if New Mexico get there first, that a big blow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that would, and then if it's successful, that would give everyone else motivation to do it. That'd be nice.
But I think might happen.
Possible.
I see a.
To be honest, I think didn't need to happen. Because I'm not gonna lie, this stuff.
Hey, here, wait, can I watch the video quick?
Oh yeah, you can.
Here, I'll call you back.
Job.
All right. Well, gonna watch that. I'm going to find this real quick. Because I want to find the photos and stuff.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Because the Massachusetts Central Railroad is unique for one locomotive.
Mm-hmm.
But it's beautiful during the fall time. What I heard from Railfan, it's a photogenic route,
Mm-hmm.
Like seriously. Like I already got them watching the video that he watching,
Yes, sir.
Being it, I hear another train coming. But it would be unique. Well, I'll be glad when I get the bed replaced, But it's something I might be getting ready to do really soon.
Now I got some HDMI connector with.
Oh, you got that the day of group, but what I remember. Mm-hmm. Now we are going to go on for another 20 to 30 minutes. So, because Bill will have to go to bed soon, and I will probably have to go to bed with her.
Still gotta fold the laundry.
True.
Day, if you want to do it for your dirty laundry, not in that basket. Because if ever I want to go to bed early, I'm not gonna fold that today. I'm doing it tomorrow when I get home.
All right. All right. Oof. Now I am. downloaded it because I am bringing up multiple ideals like the Massachusetts Central Railroad. Like, hell, I would not mind having that railroad a good one.
Funny.
Like, any short line railroad would be good, you know? So, Val, the camera on this phone is better than mine?
Yeah.
See?
I'll show you its mixed bag.
So, it's actually better than my camera.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh
Econ.
my god, I forgot to put this back.
Alright. But I'll be honest, it seemed that I'll be honest about. I would love to see High Speed Rail make a very big difference in the US because it can. I am a true High Speed Rail supporter. Like, to be honest, I would not mind it, you know? Oh, excuse me. Well, keep talking. I'm going to get the dit out of the way. So, oops. That looked close. Let me move over here before I can outmove better. But it was from 2017. I think this photo right here on the front is cool. You got the Jersey Central, which, well, not Jersey Central. I don't remember what the railroad is called, but it would be good as a train land or a train sim world. One right here. Oh, and we did that one before right here. So there is a throwback anyway. It's kind of sad when that line shuts down, you know. That, I'm not gonna lie, that was a sad day when the line officially shut down, you know. Last train and everything. Oh yeah, I remember that. That was from flood damage, and that train bridge was shut down until they got it repaired. That was a sucking keeper, you know. But yeah. Except that one right here, Alcos. Heck. Look at the map right there. That's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. And they're showing the main line that being used. Like, whew. It's pretty cool when you just think about it. Now, they also got a trolley run on here, too. Look at all those photos. That is cool in a way, which I love. Like, they haul multiple type of freights anyway. what makes it railroad interesting is that they have a variety of freight that the railroad haul from interchange to interchange, and a lot of other stuff too. And it Delaware and Lackawanna. Not Lackawanna. It. Where is it? Oh, the Delaware Lackawanna Railroad. Is what I remembered. But yeah, look at the map right there. Still cool. Heck, I mapped out the whole area right here in real life, which is pretty interesting. Like, don't get me wrong. It's still cool. Hopefully he get back in a few minutes because, I'll be on it. I am waiting on him to get back after the video because it's something I am thinking about. But yeah. There was one thing interesting about P&M and their freight operating up there with intermodal train. It was pretty interesting with the freight service up there. That I'm not going to lie about. Now CSX is probably going to be doing it, but even odder. But yeah. Whew. North Carolina. Been to this city before. So yeah, me and Val, if y'all remember the trip. Might be another couple of years before we head out of state. Maybe we get lucky we do something to year, but it might be a while. But hopefully you get done with that video soon. It should be back in a few minutes. But yeah. Then we have back. Now, cool Alco carrying wind turbines. Or pulling wind turbines. That'd cool right there. But yeah. Put that. But he should be back into a minute, but got the magazine out at late, so yeah. Heck, I might make more posters talking about it. Probably gotta call him back again. But I know it'll probably spark more for me too. All right.
That was perfect timing. Oh, hold up. That was perfect timing. I finished the video.
So, what do you think about the video?
I think he has a very good point. It should be built at a median speed of 110 to 125, and I think the governor needs to not be focused on the borders and focused more on the very populous cities.
To be honest, it might sound crazy, but I think it might get approved,
Well, yeah, I know that you just again. They don't need to focus. They just need to focus on a first segment first, which is El Paso. Not El Paso. Can't talk. Albuquerque to Las Cruces or whatever the other big city was.
Yeah. It might sound crazy, but I do think they might approve it first. You know, like the bill might get approved. You know what I mean?
Yeah, here, let me just look at like Google Maps. So, because I saw his map, but it wasn't very descriptive. New Mexico. Yeah, all right. See, Albuquerque and Las Cruces. Yeah. And actually, first I'd say, honestly, Santa Fe to Albuquerque, which is already which is already built. They just need to upgrade the track.
All they did need to do upgrade and double track the main all the way from Santa Fe to Albuquerque, you know?
Yeah, that would be really easy. And then once that's running, they should go to Las Cruces, which is a decent sized city.
I know. To be honest, it might sound crazy, but I do think New Mexico.
It's El Paso. My bad. I'm sorry. Albuquerque to El Paso, which I forgot El Paso is the other big city. That's like half Mexico, half of the U.S.
To be honest, I think New Mexico might actually be the first one with high-speed rail if they work hard enough, you know?
Well, no, I don't think it will be actual high-speed rail. I think it will be like a bright line system, but that's honestly just fine for New Mexico. It's not like cities with 10 million population.
I know.
That you need to like run trains every like minute. Like it's not. They don't have to go that fast.
To be honest, I do think there are going to be multiple. Like I already do see in this decade alone, there are probably going to be multiple city wanting, passenger rail. Like I do see that happening in my lifetime. You know,
we just need regional rail first. If we get the lots of regional rail, people start like in trains again, and then we can build high speed lines.
Mm-hmm.
And we build regional rail upwards of 125 miles an hour, but we just don't need 200 miles an hour trains because they just cost so much. It costs so much to build and maintain that infrastructure.
I know. Hey, did you got the screenshot and the photos I just sent you?
No, I did not.
Look in Discord.
Sure, I'll look in a second. I really want the F-16, which is like the best plane in the game, and I'm almost there. I'm only like 2.5 planes away.
You know they're talking about adding the not sixth generation, but 5th generation fighter jet to War Thunder.
Well, they just have the F-16 in, so I don't think that's gonna happen for a while. Almost crashed my teammate. Oh my god. My wingman, he bombed the base, and I bombed the closest base to that one. And I turned right, and he turned left. And as I was talking to you, I looked down. He probably missed me by 5 feet. We're both going like over the speed of sound.
To be honest, that was funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I always love watching funny War Thunder videos. They're funny I can be.
Yeah.
Heck, and thing is, if the warships are fun too, like don't get me wrong, the ship battles are fun.
I used to only play tanks because I didn't know how to do planes. I found out how to do planes. Now I only play planes.
What about warships? Are you thinking about doing that?
I might. I don't know. I already grinded this game enough to get the F-16. It's been a long time. Nice me to land. My strategy is I'll load into a game, like fly extremely close to the ground so I'm pure on radar, and then just pop up and dive towards a base, bomb it, and then fly back to my base to get more bombs. It works pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, but back to the New Mexico thing. So no, I think they should do Santa Fe to Albuquerque first, because that's not a very long stretch, and that's just somewhere to get started with some new passengers. Well, wait, Railrunner already does that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, all right, never mind. Yes, then go to the city he was talking about north of El Paso.
Yeah, Roadrunner already runs train down there. The other thing I was thinking about is, Atlanta to Charlotte, because that would be a good high-speed route right there, Yeah. Because you got so many colleges colleges and university between Atlanta and Charlotte, it ain't even freaking funny.
Well, yeah, I noticed some college people, they really like to take the train.
Yeah, that reason why Amtrak was thinking about doing, more trains from Atlanta to Charlotte, but, they decided not to, it was stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've been getting college letters in the mail because I'm almost ready to graduate high school, and they're advertising at University of New Haven. They're like, "Oh, we're just a quick train ride away from New York City or Boston." I was like, "That's funny." Same
with the colleges in the upstate. The problem is that the colleges in Greenville and stuff, they only get one Amtrak train in the morning and one in the afternoon, and that's.
I was just saying though, because they're on the Northeast Corridor, I can just take a train whenever I want. That was like their main advertising. That's again why I thought that was kind of funny. Like, oh, they're advertising Amtrak. And Jane, is that the colleges here in South Carolina, like the South Carolina colleges up in the upstate, heck, even Spartanburg. Most people don't realize that Spartanburg is a college city, Same with Greenville. Yeah. Like, both cities have big colleges in them, you know what I mean? Uh-huh. Then you got the Gamecocks, are up there too. So doing it would be a win-win, you know what I mean? Yeah. Heck, even doing high-speed rail from Charlotte to Atlanta, Charlotte to Columbia. Like, let's be honest, having a high-speed train from Columbia to Charlotte, that would be perfect, Yeah. Like, that would be. I don't want to grind the War Thunder all day tomorrow. I'm sorry. I'm just going on and on about this. I'm so close. Hey, what did you think about the M1 Abrams and War Thunder? I don't have it. I did play U.S. tanks, but I only got up to early Vietnam. So T-20, not T-26, T-29, stuff like that. I'm just going to bring up, we're sending, M1 Abrams to Ukraine. Did you heard about that? Yeah, I saw that. We're sending some M1s, and then Germany's sending their Leopards, and Poland's sending some Leopards. Mm-hmm. Two countries have to. The only reason we haven't sent them fighter jets is they don't know how to use them. Now, get what country is teaching them how to operate fighter jets? Is it Poland? Nope. Who is it? The United Kingdom. They're right now training them on fighter jet and. Yeah, they're training them on Eurofighters. I thought it'd be really cool if they sent an F-35, but I guess no one wants the Russians getting their hands on really important stuff. I hate saying it won't be the United Kingdom to get our country to say, okay, we're doing it, because it took the United Kingdom to send in their Challenger tank to say, okay, we're doing it too. Yeah. Oh, and it's a good way to get rid of fighter jets you've been wanting to get rid of. The Ukraine, we have some old F-15s or whatever we want anymore. Well, they are doing that too. They're sending old F-15s. I think they're going to send F-16s. I could be wrong. Well, now Russia is threatening to go to war with the United Kingdom for that. Really? Well, that happens, and Russia will no longer exist. Because what not? Yeah, because they're gonna have a fight on 3 fronts. They're gonna have Turkey a NATO member? Yep. Yeah, they're gonna have Turkey and Israel attacking them from the south. They're gonna have all of Europe attacking them from the east, and Japan, U.S., and South Korea from the west, and Australia. Heck, and let not forget that there are 2 other countries that are about to call it to go to World War III, North Korea and China. North Korea's not going to do anything. Oh, there's some 60s, but yes, I agree. China's being kind of annoying with Taiwan. And let not forget what happened this week. What happened? Oh yeah, the F-22 got its second kill. Yeah. They shot that balloon off the coast, of South Carolina where I live. Yeah. Seriously. I'm almost 2 for 2 on crushing into teammates.
Oh, and then let not forget that they just shot down I'm not sure what, a balloon up there near Alaska today.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. The F-22 got its second air-to-air kill.
I hate it. It either this year or next year we're going to end up in a war, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even kidding. I already see it coming. Like, I already see either going to war this year with China or Russia or next year.
Probably. I think it'll be Russia because China was even telling Russia to calm down. Because I think China knows they're in for some deep shit. I don't think Russia understands.
Heck, and let's be honest, China and Russia are the same when you think about it with military tactics and equipment, you know?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Huh?
And most people don't realize that. But am I right about that, man?
Yeah.
Heck, I'll be honest.
Great podcast. We're talking about war and stuff.
Like,
Doesn't matter. It's a podcast. We talk about whatever we want.
Exactly. Like, F Susan, F what she does, you know? I do not like her. She need to go like old yellow, you know?
Who?
Susan, the one who run YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh, dude, she killing YouTube with her stupid rules.
I agree.
She
Bro,
got.
I just hate seeing like 3 ads a video. It's like, well, I'm not trying to watch a video between some ads. I'm trying to watch some ads between a video.
Exactly. And the reason why they're doing that because they're trying to please mainstream media. The reality is,
they don't care about their users. They care about money.
the thing is, mainstream media is dying and it's taking everything down with it. Heck, it trying to take YouTube down with it, you know? Like, let mainstream media die already. Am I right?
Yeah.
Heck,
Or so there should be more options. Because every time there wasn't options, like, remember there was like, what was the alternate YouTube called? Remember it was like Campfire or something?
it would
I'm
not.
trying to remember.
I can't
I used
remember.
to watch someone on there because he switched to it and then it died. He came back to YouTube.
I'm trying to think of it too, but you know, no reason YouTube is still around, and let's be honest, no one else don't know how to, you know, do what YouTube does, you know? Let's be honest, if someone else figure out how to do what YouTube used to do, YouTube is over with, you know?
Yeah.
Moment that someone figure out how to do that, YouTube is donezo, you know, no doubt about it. Am I right?
Oh my god, I was taking off and I went to go bank, right? And my teammate like hit me, and then I did like a barrel roll, and I had full afterburners on, went straight into the ground.
Oh my! Talk about a yeet right there. Am I right?
Yeah.
But let's be honest, Susan, she need to get like the only way we can save YouTube if we get rid of her. You know.
I don't even think she should own YouTube. There's people who started it, and it was in her garage, they borrowed her computer, and then she's like, "Oh, well, you did it on my computer, so therefore it's my thing." I'm like, "Well, that's not right."
And saying is that she got her way when YouTube ended up on sale, and you know Google bought it.
Yeah.
And then you know when Google was trying to figure out how to calm down the controversy, they hired her. You know, the man. And the thing is, we could blame all this on Jake Paul. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, I knew the mainstream media were going to try to find a way to screw YouTube up. And moment that
Oh
Jake...
my god, again, my Discord's broken, Jesus.
Oop.
Battery's there.
But I know how you feel, man. But what I'm trying to say is, I knew the mainstream media waited for YouTube to cock up. And moment that Jake Paul went into that floor in Japan, mainstream media, you know, pounced on it. Am I right?
Yeah.
And that was one of the reasons that Susan got control of YouTube was because of all of that, you know? Like, I really hate Jake Paul. Like, dude, it's one of the reasons why we're in this mess in the first place, you know?
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest. If Jake Paul did that stupid video, we would have been having a way better YouTube right now. Am I right?
Yeah.
Like, and I don't like him. My brother thinks he's a good person. I don't.
I think it was Logan Paul you're talking about.
Yes. I'm talking about him.
Yeah, I agree. You shouldn't have done that.
Because of his stupid ideal, we are all suffering because of him, you know? And now YouTube is so strict. Heck, gun channels, gun channels on YouTube are probably now completely dead, you know? Because of the new...
I watched Brandon Pereira.
Like, they're now saying if you reload a gun on YouTube or take attachment on and off, then you're violating YouTube policies.
Yeah, he has to, like, blur out the, like, if he takes the magazine off, he has to blur it out.
That's stupid, you know?
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ, stop censoring everything! Stop trying to please babies! Ah!
Yeah, we had those YouTube kids for a reason.
Exactly, and then I'm just going to bring it up. Stop with the save the kid BS! Ugh! Or not save the kid, but protect the kids BS.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest. That movement called Protect the Kids is so BS. I didn't want to joke them people and to yeet them, you know?
Yeah.
They're so annoying. Like, literally. If you cuss, they say, oh, kids can't hear cussing. Really?
I hear it at some point.
Like, am I right about that, man?
Yeah, I agree.
Like, the parent, they just want to censor everything and say, oh, it's for the kid. It's for the kid. I'm going to tell them, shut the fuck up and to go somewhere like in the middle of nowhere where you can't hear that. Like, we're tired of the, you know? And then Susan wants to please them, you know?
Yeah.
Like, good God, I'm getting sick and tired of, like, Here, Teen, if I were running YouTube, I would have told them to F off and to made sure that they look dumb, you know? Because I'm really getting sick and tired of the people, you know what I'm saying? Because they're annoying as it can be, am I right?
Yeah.
Like, literally. Heck. I hate it. In our lifetime, we're probably going to see YouTube at the next MySpace, you know? Because, let's be honest, this what happened to you. You remember MySpace?
Yeah.
Do you know how it became what it was now?
No.
One, they ran so many ads on it, and they made you know, it mainstream, you know? Like, if you remember MySpace, like toward the end before Facebook took over and screwed it up, is that literally MySpace started running ads left and right. You remember that?
Yeah.
And that's how they went down the gutter and they started censoring people, you know? Am I right about that?
Yeah.
And Teen into YouTube is doing the same thing, you know? They're running way too many ads on YouTube. They are literally, you know, censoring people. And they're saying, oh, for the kids. Like, seriously, that for the kid BS is really driving me through the freaking roof, you know? Like, good God, I'm tired of saying for the kids. Like, and saying is that it's not a good idea to censor what kids see. Because look at countries that censor what kids see, like Russia. you got so many kids who will do messed up stuff because they don't know what they are doing, and if they have not seen it. Then you have North Korea, and Jesus Christ, that a mess on its own. Am I right?
Yeah.
Then it stops censoring everything. The more you censor, the much more dangerous people come. Then it's that censorship is dangerous. Am I right?
Yep.
I agree.
And then it's saying, oh, they're too young to see that. It's better for them to see it and understand what it is and educate themselves than, them making the mistake and doing it and becoming a monster,
Yeah.
Heck, it did so dangerous, it's not even funny anymore. Like, I understand we did have age limits on how old someone did see something, but don't censor it because when someone see it, they will need to learn,
Uh-huh.
Am I right?
You're right.
Heck. And also, gaming channels are having a hard time now, too. Am I right?
Why is that?
Because of YouTube,
Yeah, what's the problem with it, though?
Like, any first 30 minutes of the or not first 30 minutes, first 30 seconds of a video, if they hear cussing at first 30 seconds, that automatic demonetizable.
Mm-hmm.
Like, literally. Am I right?
Yeah.
And that's stupid. Am I right about that?
I agree.
And then, like,
it's like YouTube Kids. I don't know why they couldn't make it like YouTube Kids.
I hate it. Eventually, someone is going to go up to Susan Plate and probably, murk her,
Yeah.
Like, people are getting to the point where eventually that is going to happen. And when it happens,
people's jobs and livelihoods.
like, dude, what I'll be on about, there are a lot of people who are getting tickets out and want her gone,
Yeah.
And if something bad happened to her, I would not cry. I would just simply lap my behind up saying, well, you had it coming to you for trying to turn YouTube into something it's not,
They just really need better leadership.
Exactly. And they're kneeling to mainstream media like the news. Like, stop doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Jesus. Same stuff that people do on YouTube, they do on TV. Am I right?
Yeah.
And when it's on YouTube, everybody starts getting offensive saying, oh, they don't need to be doing that. Then they don't need to be doing it on TV either. Am I right?
Nope. Yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, no, they should do it.
Like, literally. YouTube people freaking reloaded guns on TV and that not censored.
Yeah, they have it on TV shows. I don't care.
And then certain words like kill, murder, and our words are censored. Like, for fuck's sake, stop censoring that. Like, if they talk about it on TV, stop censoring it online. Heck, and know what funny thing is that even though I don't like Elon Musk, like I said earlier, there's one thing he did right. He called out all the, channels, or not channels, but company that were using people and censoring everybody. He actually even called out Facebook too.
Yeah. And I can respect that.
Heck, he does earn a little bit of respect from me from that, but what he tried doing to make California high-speed rail and transit look bad, that made it hard for me,
Yeah.
But thing is that I'm surprised that we don't, I'm surprised that government is saying to buy this censorship, They're not democracy right here, Jane is, we started going down this road long ago when we started saying, ooh, cars,
Yeah.
The thing is that cars are not freedom. They're a privilege.
Exactly.
And the thing is that every time we talk about something else that would bring freedom and more equal to everybody and give them more option, the car would say, oh, you're a communist.
You don't want freedom. You're against democracy.
Well, I mean, people should have the option to drive their car if they want, but people should also have the option to take a train if they want. That's
I know, but the car people are mostly bullies because they bullied their way into places, you know?
I wouldn't say that. I think it's just like the government. It's like, oh, well, you know, just drive it. You don't
Well,
want to drive off.
Well, do you follow the YouTube channel called Small Towns?
Yeah. No,
They-
and I don't, but I've heard of them. I watched the
David, can you be
Nazis
careful?
fights or whatever
Sorry.
video on them.
And
Well, they did made a video yesterday called "Why Parking Lots Are Ruining City," and oh my God, that video brought up a ton of good points.
Mhm.
The thing is that you don't need a mat behind parking lot for a city. Am I right?
Yeah.
And the thing is that they build parking lot bigger than the building itself, you know? And that's just stupid. Like, what are we? No one want to walk through a big behind parking lot while trying to dodge cars left and right, trying to get to a building. Am I right?
I agree.
But it seemed like every small town that, you know, have to dies off. But the thing is that I know that more small towns that have walkable main streets and like have everything that are built to be walkable, out we survive and out we get more tourism, you know?
Well, yeah, but people think it's unique and it should just be the normal.
And the thing is, it's been the normal. And it all got photos down to the ground for the car, you know? Not to Bike even did a video talking about that propaganda video about a couple weeks ago, you know? Like, he did a video talking about the GM, how GM made a propaganda video that got the Interstate Act approved, you know?
Yeah.
Like, thing is, I hate saying if we would have had high-speed rail by now if he did not, you know, did the Interstate Act.
We would have a nationwide electrified system. Interesting.
Like, every analyst now saying if, and did talk about, most of the analysts are saying now, saying if, you know, Eisenhower back in the 50s, if he had never wrote that Interstate Act, we could have had high-speed rail by now.
Yeah.
What are we? Almost every analyst is saying that, meaning the 50s is when our downfall began. No excuse about it. You know?
Yeah.
Moment that we started building the interstate, we put ourselves on a time clock before we, you know, got to where we are now, you know? And saying it, the people in the Netherlands, they built interstate like and big parking lot and stuff, and they said, what the crap are we doing? And they started tearing it all down, realizing how bad it is, you know? Like, when you have another country that copy what you do and then realize how crappy it is, that's telling you your stuff is not good. Am I right?
Yeah.
And that could have been a wake-up call for the U.S. saying, hey, the Netherlands are tearing up their interstates and big parking lot and suburbia because of how bad it
Let's
is.
see why they're tearing up their state.
And there was a reason why they did that.
Yeah.
Because they realized how bad it was, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then we just want to keep on building it. Like, good God. That's not okay. Am I right?
Yeah.
Like, it's just terrible. Like, heck. Cars, like, I'm not trying to hate on cars, but car culture, it bullies, you know? Like, I remember back when I was in elementary school, all the car people used to bully me just because I like trains, you know?
Well, I wouldn't say it's car people. I think that, like, trains is, like, seen as, like, weird.
I know.
It shouldn't be, but it is.
And then, heck, I'll be honest. It should not be right. Heck, what are we? Everybody say
Say, if you're autistic and you like trains, they say, oh, you're retarded. Ugh, I hate that. That is so offensive because, one, me and my wife, Val, right here, are both autistic, you know?
Yeah.
And just because we like train, that does not make it the R word, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, Jesus Christ. Just because someone like train, that make them dumb.
Yeah.
Am I right? Have you,
It's stupid.
like, you probably have the same treatment too, am I right?
Well, I just try to, like, not say anything about it at all.
The thing,
I shouldn't, but it's just more convenient if I don't say anything about it.
the thing is that we need to stop forming to society, because if we keep on forming to society and forming how everybody is, then something's going to keep on going on. Like, the moment you stop trying to form to society and start standing up to what you believe in, it when the toxicity starts falling apart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Am I right? We're already seeing it with the autistic community already saying enough with the ableist bullshit with the community that me and my wife are a part of, and we are saying, yep, we're autistic. We don't give a fuck how you think of us. Treat it like an equal human being, you know?
Huh?
Like, did you hear what I just said? Like we are saying.
I was looking at Google Maps related to the high-speed rail thing, because actually it's pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
From El Paso. They should just make, like, who owns the track between Albuquerque and El Paso?
BNSF.
If the state could somehow negotiate with them to get BNSF help to just straighten out the alignment between the two.
They probably won't, because BNSF is hard-headed. Heck, they give Amtrak a hell of a time.
Well, yeah, but I feel like it would benefit BNSF too, because it would be double tracking and they could run their freight trains faster.
I know. Heck,
I don't know. I feel like that would be the easiest, because I feel like for these types of things, we should just start off with just use current alignments and upgrade the track.
mm-hmm. Going to the bathroom?
I'm just gonna stretch my leg.
All right.
Because the current route parts of it are good, which you could use.
Now,
other parts are really good. You can.
Now,
I'm looking at parts right now where you can just straighten it out a little bit.
Now, there is one area that I do think might do good too, and that Minnesota, you know?
Minneapolis to Fargo.
Yeah, that would be good for.
That's North Dakota, but that's right on the border. Most of that's 79 miles an hour already, though, so that's fine. They just need to have more trains than one a day each way.
But I'll be honest. Like, Minneapolis, like your twin city, that about an hour to 2 hours from them, that would be good too, you know?
Yeah, well, let me check the Amtrak schedule.
Heck, Amtrak only come once a day.
No, I know. Again, most of them are at 79 miles an hour, so that's good.
But they do got a commuter rail line there, you know? They do got commuter rail in Minneapolis.
Yeah, I know. All right, Fargo, St. Paul, with 3 stops in between, is around 6 hours.
Now, with high speed...
I'm just looking.
Now, with high-speed rail, that will cut that down to about 2, maybe even an hour and 30 minutes, you know?
Yeah, just give me a second. I'm just trying to do some quick maths. Where's the station? There it is. All right. Let's say I want to go. Oh, I thought they had the LRV system that I read on that.
Oh, my wife just smelled my work back, and she just said it smelled bad. Oof. But, yeah, my work back, like, I have rain gear that I put in there, and I can't even clean it, you know, because of what it is. And it smells. Ugh. But I'll be...
So it's... 6 hours by train. Is that right?
Yes.
St. Paul's 10 or 11 p.m. Yes, 5 hours. So it's an hour slower than driving, which is not good.
I know, and heck, if they could do high-speed rail, that can improve and really make it different, you know?
Then again, there's 3 stops in between, so if it was direct, it'd probably be around the same thing.
Probably if they do 160, maybe 180, they'll be faster than driving, you know?
Well, no, even doing 100 would be faster than driving. Even 79 would be faster than driving. Again, it's just 3 stops in the middle slowing you down. And there's this one, 25-mile-an-hour section that slows it down, too.
Mm-hmm. My point...
And then approaching Fargo, it's also not very fast.
My point is that it is double track all the way, you know? It is a double track main all the way to Fargo.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, did you see did they ever upgrade the tracks from Milwaukee to Chicago?
They did. It all concrete ties now, you know?
But they didn't upgrade the speed.
Not what it's now 115, you know?
Okay.
So it is a lot faster now, but it's still the same trains, you know? Good news.
No, that's fine. It's not a very far distance.
The problem is that they still got to deal with BNSF. Ugh.
I thought Metro owns the tracks.
No, after they get past Metro track. You know, Metro?
No, the top speed's still 79. I don't think they ever did speed upgrades.
Oh, they didn't?
Yeah. They were talking about it.
They need to, you know? It would improve travel, add more trains.
It was 115 back when it was a Milwaukee Road.
Heck, they...
No, it wasn't normal. No, they set the record of 112.5 with some steam engine.
I know. It kind of sad what happened, you know?
Oh. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, they wanted to increase the speed to 90.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, when was this?
You know, Amtrak on the track right here by my house hit 90?
You sure?
Oh, I'm sure. A buddy of mine, we had a speed, like a radar gun, I meant. And I told him, hey, why not radar the Amtrak train when it come by? When that thing came by, it was booking 95 miles per hour.
He might have caught an axle. It looks like the speed's 79, which is still pretty fast.
I know.
Mainline 79.
Well, he was booking it, and he was only about an hour. He was technically an hour late, you know? He was an hour late, so he was trying to make up for lost time, you know? And my cousin, who worked for the railroad, even told me that Amtrak will sometimes go up to 90 on that line. No joke.
That's interesting.
And he worked for CXX, the one who owned the line right by my house. He even told me, and that coming from someone who worked for the railroads, you know?
I'll take it.
Like, literally, that pretty fast, if I say so myself. Am I right?
You're right. I agree.
But, yeah. Now, I will be honest. On it, there are a ton, like, I hate to say it, or not, I actually going to like to say it, but I hope I'm right. Probably in this decade, we're going to see a lot of, you know, proposal for high-speed rail popping up across the nation. I think in my life, and not my, but our lifetime, we might see more partner rail pop up across the U.S. again, you know?
Well, yeah, I think it's bound to happen with population growth and stuff like that.
And I think the car culture might go oof into era. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I think car culture in next 10, maybe 15 years is not going to be as prevalent as it is now, you know? Because, let's be honest, everybody getting sick and tired of car culture being crammed down their throat, being forced to buy a car, being forced to deal with traffic. Like, everybody just getting sick and tired of it, you know?
Yeah.
And we're at the breaking point where everybody's going to say enough is enough. Bring trains back, you know? Heck, and did you heard Amtrak is right now making bank right now. Amtrak is doing good. You heard? Like literally, they're out with a video talking about it from a news channel saying Amtrak is making good, you know? Like, and it would even put it on the American Rail Club Discord, you know? In the video section.
Where is it? The video section? How long ago was it?
It was about a couple of days ago, you know? Let me go up. 1 minute.
You put those on my CBS News or whatever, right?
Yes.
That shows ridership's going up, which is a great step in the achievement for everybody. If you want to ride the train, big one.
Yeah, I think we're now starting to see the turning point where Pattern Rail is going to be making a big comeback.
All right. Listen, I gotta go.
Yeah, and I gotta get ready to end the live stream really soon because Val got to work at 5 in the morning and I got work at 7.
Yeah, I was just saying that was a really long stream. All right.
I know, almost 3 hours.
Yeah.
Well, you have a night, man. All right, that was our friend. I think Brightline are not even going. Yeah. Maybe next time with Brightline. But it's just crazy just to think about it. Like, my God. And heck, to be honest, I was only going to do about an hour and 50-minute live stream. Instead, we did almost 3 hours. Technically, will be 3 hours and 3 minutes. But I do see Pattern Rail gain popularity in our lifetime again and having a big comeback, if y'all know what I mean. Because let's be honest, I think we did now finally hit the breaking point of where people are getting tickets out of the airline and happen to drive everywhere. And that might be a good thing, you know, because let's be honest. Speaking of that, yep, 98 it going by. The silver meteor did pass. But, my bag. Sorry, Valley Poo.
You gotta be cleaning that next time.
I know. But Pattern Rail is actually making a comeback with a good thing. And there are a lot of commuter rail proposals popping up. Hopefully in next 10 years, we might have a commuter rail proposal pop up again here in Charleston. And if that do, I'm going to try to make my way to one of their meetings and saying it needs to happen. We can't keep relying on buses and cars. Ow. I had to pinch myself with this. Next time a meeting on transit come up, I'm going to try to make my way to it. Because it needs to happen, you know? Because we need commuter rail here in Charleston. We got the population size for it, and it would be good. And we don't need to widen Interstate 26. And yeah, I'm talking about Interstate 26 from Charleston to Columbia. They are actually widening it up to about 6 to 8 lanes now, which I don't agree with. It's just stupid. Ugh. And it's just kind of irritating that they're doing that. But, you know, hopefully
in the next couple of years, we can get them to change their minds, if y'all know what I mean. But yeah, it's something that I am thinking about, but hopefully in the future. But yeah. All right, Feather Pooh. But yeah, it's a crazy. Now, I hope y'all enjoyed the live stream. If you like to subscribe. Oh, Val, is there anything you want to say real quick?
No.
All right. I hope y'all enjoyed the live stream, and I hope y'all think what me and our friend were talking about and a little goofiness that Val did earlier. I hope y'all enjoyed that. Please like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye, guys, and have a nice night.